Hello YouTube. So it's kind of my idea, and I don't want being late doing it, although we're supposed to be uploading today. But anyway, my wife and I were talking about vlogging, and we both have problems with anxiety. So what we figured, what I suggested doing was that we'd both do a weekly anxiety vlog, starting today. But with a bit of a twist. I'll do one on this channel, she'll do one on hers, link will be in the doobly-doo. And every week after this one, the next video I make will be a response to the video that she made this week, which I won't watch until the day that I do the recording, so it's all fresh in my mind and I don't have time to think of it ahead of time and talk to her, so we'll do that. And then she'll do the same thing on her channel, so it'll be like a two-way conversation at the same time, responding to each other, and try and help us work through it, because it's different for both of us, although they're both around social interaction. In my case, anxiety is more of a symptom than the cause. I suffer from agoraphobia, which is typified as extreme tension around social environments. The word agoraphobia comes from the word phobia, meaning fear of, and agora, which is a Greek word which means marketplace, because the idea of agoraphobia has been around for quite a while. It was the Greeks who first typified it, and they said agoraphobia because the marketplace was the busiest part of town. It's where people gathered, it's where all the social interactions for a day mostly took place. It sort of faded away for a while after that, and has more recently begun to be understood again within the last 20 years or so. It's that bad understanding of what agoraphobia really is that I've had professionals, like psychologist professionals, asking me for more information about it because they just don't know. Very few people do, and I figure if the experts do, the ones who are supposed to know, then what chance do we really have? See, the reason for that, though, the reason the experts don't know is because they don't really meet people like me. Because people like me, we're agoraphobic. We don't leave the house. I mean, people ask me about, what it's like living with agoraphobia. I'll tell them the problems I have when I leave the house. I now have problems with my bowels because of it that will last for days afterwards, and for days before. If I know I'm going out, I'll have extreme anxiety. My stomach will just sort of cramp up, and it'll be extremely painful, kind of like trapped wind, but it can go on for days at a time. And then it'll linger for days afterwards, where I'll just be like, pooping a lot. Let's put it that way. And the thing is, they ask me, what about the good days? Those are the good days. The good days, the ones when you see me when I'm like this and I'm very jittery. Those are my good days, because if it wasn't a good day, you wouldn't see me. I don't get out of the house on a regular day, never mind my bad days. The standard for me is not being able to leave. I mean, it's gotten so bad now that I remember there was one occasion when I keep my curtains closed almost all the time now. There was one occasion where it was open a little bit, and I just glanced up, just looked at the curtains, and realised there's a world out there, and I had stomach problems for 3 days because of it. Which where the anxiety part of it comes in. I'm very anxious, but it displays in different ways at different times. Sometimes I can be very outgoing. Short periods of time, I can seem like I'm perfectly fine. I'm really friendly and chatty, and nothing's going wrong. But that's not because I'm actually okay. That's because I'm having to fight so hard to actually do this that the only way I can do it is to overdo it. I sort of get myself on a roll, and I act fine, because if I can keep it up for long enough. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. The point is, anxiety in general and agoraphobia particularly are very poorly understood. And people, they make assumptions. They somebody who has the worst people to deal with are other people who've experienced anxiety in their life, because they think they know exactly how you feel, and they may well, but they probably don't, because it affects different people in different ways. It stems from different causes. Even people with agoraphobia, it comes from a different way. It's not like stomach cancer, where it's cancer. Even then, going on a bit of a tangent, there are like 12 different types of stomach cancer. They all have the same basic effect, but they come from different areas. It's just more pronounced when it's a psychological, it's a mental issue. It's about interaction. I think it may be related to this. Don't know if you can see that there. The scar there. When I was about 5 years old, 4 or 5. The school I was at, we used to have those quarter pint bottles of milk, glass bottles about this big. And my school thought, the genius idea. Kids, bottles, water. We'd sit all the way at one end of the classroom. This classroom was about 25 feet long. 20 to 25 feet was a big room. And we'd sit all the way at one end to drink our milk. Then we'd have to go all the way to the other end of the classroom, wash the bottle, go all the way back, put the bottle in the thing that was, the crate that was near the door, then walk back. Think about it, it's an oblong room. We were here, and we were here in this corner. So say, okay, we were here in this corner, and we had to go all the way down to this corner to wash the bottle, and come all the way to here to put it in the doobly-doo thing. Then we go all the way back up there, sit down again. I've just gotten some new plimsolls. Most people don't seem to remember what plimsolls are. Pumps type of shoes. Like ballerinas were. And I was showing off because they could make me run faster. So I was 5 years old. 4 or 5 years old, that's what I thought. So I went running down. Went, whee! Perfectly fine. Started running this way. Made it to about here. Slipped. Straight forwards. Bottle under my hand. And I remember the teacher sitting me on her knee, dabbing it with cotton wool. I could see this little white thing in the middle here. This odd white thing swimming in the middle of it, which I believe was one of the bones in my hand. Then I went to the hospital in 1985, 84 or 85, I think it was 85. It was the fucking dark ages as far as kids are concerned. There was no such thing as tranquilizers or pain relief for children. So I had stitches, 16 of them I think. I don't know, there were a lot. But I couldn't get any pain relief at all, so to make things even worse, they're dragging this fucking needle through my skin, aren't they? At least 32 times they pierced my skin. If there were 16 stitches, because it goes in one side, comes out the other, and back round. It hurt, shockingly enough, so I had people, they had to restrain me, physically hold me down, or about half a dozen people stood over me just pinning me down. For most of my life, intermittently, I've had nightmares about being restrained, about being held in place. So I think some of it comes from there. Then there were other things as well that have exacerbated the issue. I'm probably Aspergic, so social interactions aren't the best thing in the world for me to begin with. I've had negative experiences that have just compounded the problem. I think it started with this and has gone from there. And I had to figure that out myself, because I kept trying to see specialists, and they kept saying, well, you can go to this place and see these people. It's like, yeah, you don't fucking get it though. If I could go to that person and see them, I wouldn't need to go to that person and see them. Unfortunately, because I live in the UK, the NHS, our health service, is not massively funded, so there's only so much they can do. They do online courses, online treatment courses, but you have to go to a special location where you use their computers, you use their equipment to talk to somebody, and again, defeats the object. I have my internet here, and I have really good internet as well. I'm with Virgin, 200 meg down, 20 up. So I'm not going to worry about my connection dropping anytime soon. And when I have seen people that says they found it helps for people to get out, and it's like, it probably does for the people who are able to do that. But I'm at the point where it's so deeply entrenched that I can't get to that stage anymore. I need somebody to help me before then to get to that. And I think the statistics are skewed because they do the treatment for people like that who can make it out, and they get really good results from it. Whereas people like me, we're just sort of lost because even using the phone is too much for me a lot of the time. So you don't really see people like me very often because we just don't get out because of the anxiety built up and built up and built up, and it never goes away. It's always there. So that's why we're doing this, to try and help people get a better anecdotal, granted, because it's only two of us, but it's a conversation that needs to be had, and if more people start talking about this and sharing their experiences, we can get a better understanding of the extreme cases, I hope. So that's what we're going to do. We'll do this for as long as we can. Every Friday we'll upload another video each and see if we can't make things better for everybody. So until next week, I'd just like to say thank you for watching.